When Caesar appeared, it transported a whole slew of SimCity fans back in time to the days of the Roman Empire. Now Impressions is preparing to do it again and make it even more fun with Caesar 2. We recently sat down with producer Chris Foster to discuss ancient Rome, the inconsiderate nature of barbarian hordes, and how to give your toga that spring fresh scent. The first thing people are bound to notice about Caesar 2 is its graphics. While its predecessor used the top-down perspective standard at that time, the sequel will feature super VGA graphics in an isometric 3D view.
Basically, we've gone to 3D Studio for just about every graphic in the game. All the buildings have been rendered as 3D models, the figures in battle scenes. What we've done is we decided, let's take 3D graphics, let's bring them in, make things look really slick. Also, everything's been brought into super VGA. We've got our, the isometric perspective, and I think it's really paid off.
Like its predecessor, Caesar 2 challenges you to manage provinces of the Roman Empire by building a strong capital city in each one. Not only will you have to build and manage the cities, you'll also have to defend them.
You're there at the beginning of the Roman Empire. Rome has been founded and Rome is ready to expand. And your job is to choose provinces to explore and conquer and develop a capital city in there that's up to a certain level, which is determined by the emperor, a certain set of ratings that you need to fulfill, which is as it was in the original Caesar. Also develop the province as well, connect towns in the province. 12 barbarian tribes there, convert them into Roman villages, mine and farm and quarry for resources that get put into the city, and also defend with walls like Hadrian's Wall.
Caesar 2 has as much to do with economic management as it does with building. Your resources are limited, and you must find a way to grow your city to meet your goals while adhering to a less than roomy budget.
You start with a limited amount of money, currently a limited number of buildings to work with. Most of them are there at the beginning of the game. Some additional ones will be available when your population grows to a certain level. And it's primarily a case of just having the money to expand at a given rate. And you're starting out, you have to build up a population and businesses so that you have taxes coming from them, and build up the quality of the city as well, because that's the ratings that will earn you a promotion to another province.
No city can grow without a population to live and work in it and demand expansion. In Caesar 2, your population directly affects how your city grows and evolves, and the city in turn affects the population.
You build housing and then you supply it with the infrastructure it needs: water, administration. The administration is good for them at one level, but it also provides tax collection services for you. Again, it's one of the many, many links between structures in the game. And then you have to supply things that they like: entertainment, sources of education, and there's a number of each. You have to make them feel secure. You have to build barracks and prefectures, which create soldiers and watchmen that walk around the city and take care of fires and crime and barbarian attacks.
By far, the weakest part of the original Caesar was its combat system, or lack thereof. Caesar 2's combat will be modeled after that of Lords of the Realm, making the battles against barbarians much more fun to play out.
We've moved to super VGA, we've moved to an isometric perspective. Each of our figures is a 3D model that we've rendered, so the animation is much smoother and a lot more lively. We've increased the number of troops involved in the game. You'll have 3 basic troops that are the same from province to province. Then there'll be 10 additional types, one for each of the types of provinces you encounter. It'll be an auxiliary you can pick up, maybe an archer, maybe cavalry. Who knows, it could be almost anything.
A city simulator and a tactical battle game make for a weird mix. They don't tend to attract the same audiences, and you can't please all of the people all of the time. Luckily, this has been taken into consideration. If you don't want to fight, just turn the battles off.
We wanted people to be able to just concentrate on a city sim if that's what they chose. We found a lot of people who like the game, enjoy it, but they don't want to be pelted with battle after battle after battle. So off. Also, the beginning levels and in the easier levels, they'll play a diminished role, so you won't be constantly harassed by these people.
Caesar 2 features a complex system of interaction where the placement of structures can help or hinder the growth of the surrounding area. To keep this from getting confusing, an extensive online help system has been included.
We're putting a lot of multimedia and help features in the game. You can right-click on any building on the screen, and it'll tell you, in a nutshell, what problem that building has, what it needs to grow more, and then you can try and fulfill that. You can also get more advanced detail if you've done more with the game. You can even query people in the city who will tell you what their job is. They'll have a name, and they'll tell you how well they're doing at their job and how well the city's doing.
With all it has going for it, it's hard to imagine how Caesar 2 could be anything but a huge success for Impressions. The company is expanding upon the strengths of the original game, while at the same time correcting its flaws. These results look to be a well-balanced simulation to keep mayoral wannabes happy for a long time. Look for a full review of Caesar 2 a few months down the line in IE.